Morning degenerates. Right, we got one for Navan. Before I give you that, I just want to talk about the Cold Bear Sports Patreon service. We got off to a flyer this month, but that doesn't tell the whole story, because we did finish with a frustrating week. But if you want to talk about results, my last 60 bets I've done up here on the Patreon service, plus 166.78 points profit. If you want to talk about my last 60 bets, if we want to touch on a little frustrating week here and there, which I do think it's important to talk about certain selections. So listen to this. I want you to be educated on my strategy and how I play. Let's talk about the good winners. Let's talk about the unlucky horses, and let's talk about maybe one or two that were bad value from the beginning. But the reality is my free service brought in plus 60 in August, plus 50 in last month, and then my last 60 on the Patreon services plus 166.78 points profit. So if you want to add them together, plus we were showing a loss on the Patreon service the month before, we ended up having a screamer the last day of the month, bringing in 132 points, something like that, to clean all losses and come out in a profit. So it's just, lads, it genuinely is an unbelievable service. Like, if I merge all my tips together, no one will ever touch me. If I merge all my tips together, I'd have had a 245 points profit in the last, between the last 60 bets on the service and my last months on YouTube. If I merged the last 2 months on YouTube with my last 60 bets on the service, we're looking at nearly plus 300 points. It's insane. No one can match that. There is a few tipsters, tip winners, and people say you need to have a strike rate. You need to have a good strike rate. That is the biggest load of bullshit. You need to back horses of big value. I'd sooner back 2 big value price winners. If I have 10 bets, I'd sooner have 5 of them lose to find the 20 to 1 winner in amongst them. To find the 8. If you get a 7 to 1 winner and a 16 to 1 winner, and you've backed 20 horses, do the maths, you're coming out a lot bigger than if you steamed in on a fucking short one. So that's the way it is. Anyway, let's just talk through some of the bets. Right, let's touch on some of the unlucky horses. Temple Blur, we tipped that up as a 4 points win. I thought that should have won. It jumped off, missed the break. The jockey rushed it up in Salisbury. It was in front an hour too soon. It went off 6 to 1 and surely could have won. Just tired late. Anyway, some of the good bets we had. 84 points profit off On Edge. Glorious Real, 35 points profit. 3.5 points each way at 8 to 1 and 3.5 points each way at 20 to 1. Also further down the line we had Emperor Caradoc early in the month. That was the last day of the last month, them 2 winners. We also had 5 points win on Star Player. So these are the last kind of 60 bets here. And then what else have we got here? Small profit off. We had 3 points win on Rackus Felis. He was 13th favourite in Sedgefield, but I thought he was good value and he won again since. Then we had 2 points win on Rory. He won at 10 to 1. Now, in between them, we had a couple of losers. But look at the prices of them. 6 to 1, 8 to 1, 11 to 4, and 11 to 2. Oh, that was a non-runner evaluation. That didn't run. Yeah, so look at the prices we're going for. They're not sharp prices. Then we also had a good bet off Chipstead. 2.5 points each way, bringing 27 points profit. Also Trillium winning 4 points win at 2 to 1. Then look down here, we had some poor selections, I suppose. Kai in here drifted all day, didn't really do anything, but it was a nice price, 4 or 5 to 1. Then you had Barbonara, 2 points each way, but that was a big price as well. So, and the other loser was 12 to 1 Pureness. So to see the prices we're going for, we don't need to win every day. Then we turn over to here, we had American Flag, 4 points win at 3 to 1. We also have Clumla Nimbus, 4 points, or Clumla, however you pronounce them, 4 points win at 15 to 8. He was good value. I thought he was very progressive, loved the ground, and would have got pretty much in off the £7 rise, could have handled it. Evado, a horse who I really fancied in the Curragh, 3 points each way, disappointed. Boiled over before the race, but looks a good horse to follow. Oviedo, is it, or something like that? So yeah, you can just look through them there. What else have we got then? My other selections that lost was Rhythm and Rock 9 to 1, Safe Fight 7 to 1. So you can see the prices. We don't need to hit every time. Then we came down to the massive winners there. Sanibel Island, 2 points each way at 14 to 1. And Alpinista, 23 points profit off that, 3.5 points each way. So nearly 50 points profit off the last 2 winners. We also have, you know, the free service that crushes. So if you add all my tips together, which I should be doing as any tipster would, but I'm pretty much saying, here's one side of my tips and here's the other. Don't add in all them winners, just go on this result. It's insane. If I merge all my tips together, I'm in a different stratosphere to any bum tipster around, and that's the reality. And that's not, I'm only talking to lads that do come at Colbert Sports. I'm not talking to you know, anyone who's, I know, but there's 1 or 2 lads that do be coming after Colbert Sports. They're only bums, you know, they're only bums. That's all they are, bums. Anyway, it is what it is. Crush the bookie. Sign up, $24.99 a month. Link is in bio. Colbert Sports Patreon service. What are you waiting for? The last 2 winners tipped 2 points each way at 14-1, 3.5 points each way at 11-2. Yes, people know they can tip winners. Yes, I understand it, but can they tell you, go in strong, the value is there. Mad Merrigan can. Let's crush the fucking motherfuckers. So realistically, the last 60 bets, here it is. Total minus 150 points, total plus 316.78 points. So just remember this, lads, when you're following my system, you have to make a high sample of bets on horses that are overpriced. You will hit variance where it'll go quiet, you'll have bad runs, but all it takes is, like, look at that, 2 winners the other day to bring over 50 points. Do you understand? It's insane. So that's the way you win. It's the only way you win. It's the way I have money. That's the only way. I lived in the game. I was inside racing. He's flying up the gallop. He's 6-4. He can't be beat steaming. It's the worst value you ever seen. The only time you get value is when you have an angle that you fancy the horse and not many other people don't. Then you tip him up to your community and everyone's like, Jesus, why does he fancy this? It doesn't look like it has a chance. They're the value horses, lads. The horses that it feels uncomfortable to back. That's when the value's in it. When everybody else fancies the horse and you're like, yeah, he's going to win, and everyone's up to town, let's get this horse to the hay, he's going to win. Well, then the horse is terrible value because too many people fancy him. Anyway, sign up. Link is in bio, $24.99. Also, Patreon has announced that now you can sign up and now they won't charge you till the day that you signed up again. Yes, I've been waiting for this forever. You can now sign up anytime to Patreon and they will not charge you then on the 1st like they did you. If you sign up on the 20th, you get charged on the 20th. If you sign up on the 16th, they don't charge you till the 16th again. Woohoo! What took the dodo brains so long? Anyway, 1 selection today, a pint each way, Plunkett. Check it out. Don't miss out. He's trying sprint trips. The ground is soft. It should, look, he's taking on hardened sprinters, so we'll see what happens. But I think he could develop into this type of horse, as he was very classy over the staying trips, not just getting looking, running and things like that. So I think he will have enough boot late if the jockey sits on him, lets him come into the race. I think it's a good move by Paul Flynn after Listowel. When I watched the race in Listowel, it was the first thing that came to my head. He's worth a try at sprint trips because he travelled all over horses and couldn't get out. It's interesting. Can he show it the first day in a sprint? Who knows? But at 6-1, a pint each way, Plunkett. Also, lads, if you want to buy a share in the Colbert Sports Syndicate horse, get in touch or else jump in the raffle. All right, enjoy.